Well, happy Monday and happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you all. We've got another chill Bible study stream this morning. Just hanging out, reading the book of Numbers. We got a little sidetracked last time. Good sidetrack. But I was just in the middle of Numbers 22 and reading about Balaam. I got a little confused last time about God saying, hey, if they call you, you should go. And then he goes. And then God was angry because he went. And so that was a little confusing. So I found this commentary here that helped Benson. Because he did not wait for them to call. He went to call them. So that was helpful. Nice little resolution from the last stream to start this stream. So yeah, I'm just gonna be hanging out and reading the book of Numbers. If anyone has any questions about the Bible or that they want to talk about, then we'll talk about them. But yeah, that's all we're here to do, and let's do it. The donkey saw the angel of the Lord. I just capped my highlighter by accident. With a drawn sword in his hand. Nice. The donkey turned off and went into the field. And Balaam struck the donkey. Donkey saw the angel again. Balaam struck her again. The donkey lay down. Balaam strikes the donkey. And then the donkey speaks. That's wild. The Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said to Balaam, what have I done to you that you have struck me these 3 times? That's wild. And he just responds. Like this is like a natural thing. That's kind of crazy. You have made a mockery of me. If there had been a sword in my hand, I would have killed you by now. That's wild. Am I not your donkey on which you have ridden all your life to this day? Have I ever been accustomed to do so to you? And then the Lord opened the eyes. Oh. Excuse me. The Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Lord. And he bowed all the way to the ground. I have come as an adversary because your way was contrary to me. If she had not turned aside from me, I would have surely killed you just now. Wow, that's an interesting, I like that parallel. An interstory parallel, or intra-story parallel, because Balaam says to the donkey, if there had been a sword in my hand, I would have killed you right now. And then the angel that has a sword in its hand says, if the donkey hadn't stopped, I surely would have killed you by now. That's crazy. That's cool. That's a fun little parallel. Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, I have sinned. I did not know that you were standing in the way. If it is displeasing, I will turn back. The angel of the Lord says, go with them, but only speak what I tell you. Come to me. I have come to you now. Balak took Balaam, brought him up to the high places of Baal. Interesting. High places are usually associated with God. I wonder if they're just associated with gods in general. But I think we're about to get there in chapter 23. Seven altars, 7 bulls, 7 rams. God met Balaam. Said, return to Balak, you shall speak this. He took up his discourse, or parable. Interesting translation. From Aram Balak has brought me, Moab's king from the mountains of the east. Come curse Jacob for me, and come denounce Israel. How shall I curse whom God has not cursed? How can I denounce whom the Lord has not denounced? It's a good one. As I see him from the top of the rocks, as I look at him from the hills, behold, a people who dwells apart and will not be reckoned among the nations. In other words, they're holy. Or at least supposed to be. Who can count the dust of Jacob or number the 4th part of Israel? That's an interesting saying. Let me die the death of the upright. Let my end be like his. Number the 4th part of Israel. Number the dust makes sense. That is similar to like descendants. But number the 4th part of Israel. Let's look at Numbers 23. verse, what is this? 10. I'll show it here. Okay, let's see. All right. Like anticipated, dust is descendants. Okay, number of the fourth part of Israel from Cambridge. Let's cut off a little bit there. Involves a necessary amendation, the Hebrew text. For the fourth part, someone would read myriads. Or the multitude of the people of Israel. The Israelites were divided into 4 great encampments, is what Ellicott is saying. We read that. Maybe Balaam could only see that encampment. Yeah, perhaps that's a more practical sort of take rather than a literary, linguistic take. What else do we got? Pulpit commentary. Is so rendered by the Targums, the 4 great camps. The Septuagint as a Greek word, apparently from an incorrect reading. Some say progeny. That's conjecture. Okay. McLaren's. Let's see. That's okay. A lot of block of text. I'm not going to read that. I am skimming. Okay, here's a commentary. The number of the fourth part of Israel from Benson. The division of the 4 camps. Okay. Okay. This makes sense. As if he had said, this is a good way to think about it. How vast is the number of this people when even one of their camps is so numerous as to be almost past reckoning. Like, I can barely see... Oh, sorry. I can barely see one camp, 1/4 of the people. So we'll say, we'll cross out this question mark and we'll put can barely see one of 4 camps. Cool. Question mark resolved. Love it when that happens. All right, back to Zoom. All right. If you want to join on Zoom, by the way, you can scan the QR code up here, or there's a link in the description down below. Okay, Balak said to Balaam, "What have you done to me? I took you to curse my enemies, but behold, you have actually blessed them." Come with me to another place. We'll only see the extreme end of them, not see all of them, and curse them there. As if that's going to make a difference. So he took them to the field. They're no longer on a high place. And they do the 7 altars again. the Lord met Balaam, put a word in his mouth. Behold, he was standing by the burnt offerings. What has the Lord spoken? Arise, O Balak, and hear. Give ear to me, O son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie. It's a pretty cool line. Nor a son of man that he should repent. Has he said, and will he not do it? Or has he spoken, and will he not make it good? I like that too. Behold, I have received a command to bless, and when he has blessed, then I cannot revoke it. He has not observed misfortune in Jacob, nor has he seen trouble in Israel. The Lord his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. That's an interesting line. Might want to come back to that one. I wonder what that means. There's oftentimes things that we just write off as like, oh, that's a Bible-y term. But there's probably, if it doesn't make sense in English, then there's probably something rich, deeper going on. God brings them out of Egypt. He is for them like the horns of the wild ox. So, protecting, right? There's no omen against Jacob. No divination against Israel. At the proper time it shall be said to Jacob and to Israel what God has done. Behold, a people rises like a lioness, and as a lion it lifts itself. It will not lie down until it devours the prey and drinks the blood of the slain. That's wild. That's some crazy imagery. I think that's referring to Israelites going to move into the occupied territories. Balak said to Balaam, do not curse them at all, nor bless them at all. But Balaam says, did I not tell you whatever the Lord speaks, that I must do? Please come. I will take you to another place. Oh my gosh. That's wild. Took Balaam to the top of Peor. Oh my gosh. 7 altars again. So this is the third iteration of 7. We should be keeping track of that. I wonder. I'm just going to look ahead. If he's going to... Yeah, and he's going to go away. 3 times. So... Seven altars. Come, okay. So this is 1. And then come with me to another place. This is going to be 2. Those are in the same chapter. So it's easy to miss, but then Peor will be number 3. 3 times they do 7 altars with 7 bulls and something else. Yeah, a bull and a ram. 7 bulls, 7 rams. So lots of 7s here, and it's done 3 times. It's an interesting pattern. Whenever we see those patterns, we should be keen and aware of what's going on, because it's alerting us to kind of like lean into the text. And it quite possibly parallels something else. Okay. Take you to another place. Okay. Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel. He did not go, as at the other times, to seek omens, but he set his face toward the wilderness. The Spirit of God came upon him. Okay. The oracle of Balaam, the son of Beor, and the oracle of the man whose eyes opened. The oracle of him who hears the words of God, who sees the vision of the Almighty, falling down yet having his eyes uncovered. Probably a reference to the donkey narrative that just happened. How fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel, like valleys that stretch out like gardens beside the river, like aloes planted by the Lord, like cedars beside the waters. Water will flow from his buckets, and his seed will be many, and his seed will be by many waters. There we go. And his king shall be higher than Agag. I'm guessing that's a king. And his kingdom shall be exalted. God brings him out of Egypt. He is for him like the horns of a wild ox. He will devour the nations who are his adversaries, and will crush their bones in pieces, and shatter them with his arrows. He couches. He lies down as a lion. That might be crouches? Is couches even a word? I don't know. Interesting. Question mark there. Blessed is everyone who blesses you, and cursed is everyone who curses you. Okay, I want to look that up real quick. Let's see. Let's just look, not at commentary, but let's look at just regular Bible. What is this? Numbers 24. I'll go ahead and show you what I'm working with. This is Bible Gateway. All of the sites that I use are linked in the free Bible resources link tree below. What is this? Verse 9. Crouches. Bows down, yeah. So it's my Bible has a typo. This is supposed to be crouches. Typo. Talk about the infallibility of the Word of God, right? When your Bible has typos, that's a whole rabbit hole we won't go down, but it's just funny. I did also want to look at that phrase from verse 23, or chapter 23, verse 21. So let's go back to our commentary site. This is Bible Hub. And you can use this site for like word studies and stuff as well. But as far as I know, I like Blue Letter Bible a little bit better. But I haven't done a in-depth comparison of the two. Okay, 23:21. Okay. So Ellicott says the shout of a king, word which is rendered shout, is the same which occurs in Leviticus 23:24. When there's the blowing of the trumpets. Same with Joshua. Cambridge says nothing about the shout, as far as I can see. Okay, Benson. Shout of a king. People congratulate and approach the presence of the king. Pulpit says shout of a king. Yeah, the shout of a nation with which it acclaims its victor king. And used for the sounding of trumpets. So they are heralding their king, which at this point is God. So this is like praise, herald, yeah, shout or trumpet. Cool. Okay, and that's 2 more question marks down. Love that. All right. I feel like this is a verse that gets taken out of context. Maybe it's a quotation elsewhere that it does, but blessed is everyone who blesses you, and cursed is everyone who curses you. Actually, that, I believe, is a reference to Genesis. With Cain, right? Let's go back. Okay. Vengeance will be on him sevenfold. Is it somewhere else? Am I tripping? Where is it? What am I thinking of? It's not Cain. Okay, so this is Numbers 24, verse 9. So let's go to Numbers 24. And then Numbers 24, 9. All right. Oh, this says couch down too. What? He couched. Is it not a typo? Because NASB says crouches. I'm also reading the NASB here in my physical Bible. What is the commentary using? I don't know. It doesn't say. So, interesting. Okay. Upon Abraham, not Cain, in Genesis 12:3, and then adopted by Isaac when he blesses Jacob. Okay, there we go. Very cool, very cool. Is that... Yeah, Genesis 49:9. Genesis 12:27. Right? Okay, yeah. 12:27. And Jacob's blessing in Genesis 49. Oh, okay. Ah. That's a different part. Okay, that's the lion part. So let's put Genesis 49 here. I'm trying to find space to write this. Genesis 49:9. Bless you, child. Continue to share this. Fear not. I'll be with everyone soon as I walk amongst you. All right. Thank you, Nelson. Thanks for commenting. I appreciate it. Let's see. So that was that part. And then that one says 12 and 27. 12 and 27. Okay. Cool. And this is Genesis 12:3. And 27:29. Got my wires crossed a little bit there, saying it was Cain. It's not Cain, it was Abraham and Jacob. Okay. Cool. All right. Balak's anger burned against Balaam, struck his hands together. I called you to curse my enemies. You have blessed them 3 times. Therefore, flee. Said I would honor you greatly. The Lord has held you back from honor. That's an ironic statement. Balaam said to Balak, did I not tell your messengers whom you had sent to me, saying, I could not do anything contrary to the command of the Lord. What the Lord speaks, I will speak. I'm going to my people. I will advise you what this people will do to your people in the days to come. Okay, and he gives another lengthy message. The oracle of Balaam, the son of Beor, and the oracle of a man whose eyes opened, an oracle of him who hears the words of God, and knows the knowledge of the Most High. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's the first time that I've seen that phrase. Let's do a search for the Most High. Okay, it's not the first time, but still interesting. Because at this point, Israel is not necessarily monotheistic. What they're saying, we believe in one God, but they don't really make an effort to disprove other gods at all. I believe there's a term for that. It's some specific form of monotheism. When we think of monotheism today, we think like, oh, there's only one God that exists. But the way that they thought about monotheism, it was, we believe in one God, the Most High God. And I'm not too far off. This is the third time that this phrase is used. It's used twice in Genesis, in the narrative of Melchizedek, and then so I wonder if it has like a priestly connection here, because Balaam is kind of operating like a priest, intercessor, prophet figure in this passage. We'll see it again in Deuteronomy, and then not again until 2 Samuel, as the Lord thunders from heaven. Whew, wild. And then Psalms, which, if we're looking at, if these are Psalms of David, he often, even though he's a king, he often plays a priestly role. Yeah, and then it's used a lot in the Psalms. Whew. Psalm. Until we run out of space. And then we make it to the prophets. That's cool. Where did my music go? Why did you pause? Weird. All right. The knowledge of the Most High, who seeks the vision of the Almighty, falling down, yet having his eyes uncovered. Okay. I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not fear. A star shall come forth from Jacob. A scepter shall rise from Israel. And shall crush through the forehead of Moab. Interesting. It's giving some imagery from, Genesis 3, where the seed of the woman will crush the head of the seed of the snake. Or will crush the snake. Yeah. Crush the head of the snake. Star is reminiscent of the North Star from the Jesus birth narrative. And scepter implies a king or ruler. Crushed through the forehead of Moab, brutal, and tear down all the sons of Sheth, i.e. tumult. I don't know why that's significant. Let's see if we can find something here. We're in verse, where is it? 17 of chapter 24. Interesting. This one has the footnote in a different spot. It doesn't have it there. Okay, let's jump to a commentary. 17. Okay, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Sheth. What is Sheth? Star is a metaphor for a glorious king. Break down all the sons of tumult. in accordance with Jeremiah 48:45. What do you say? In the shadow of Heshbon, the fugitives stand helpless, for a fire has gone out from Heshbon, a blaze in the midst of Sihon. It burns the foreheads of Moab, the skulls of the noisy boasters. That's the NIV. Sons of tumult, Hebrew. Okay. Tumult adopts a necessary emendation suggested by Jeremiah. He shall smite the temples of the head of Moab, and the crown of the head of all the sons of tumult. Ah, sons of pride, some would read. It has been conjectured, however, that the word which is rendered destroy should be read crown of the head, as in the parallel passage, and the crown of the head of all the sons of tumult. Shall crush through the forehead of Moab, and the crown of the head of all the sons of tumult. I think that makes sense. I like this this phrase. It doesn't say destroy in this passage in the NASB. It says tear down. Because we've been talking about some of the translation choices about destruction and... Oh, hey, we have someone on Zoom. Hello there. Hi, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Check, check. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was fun visit. We'll see if they pop back on. All right. Yeah, so my translation says tear down all the sons of Sheth. Which, yeah, there's a lot of translation choices that say destroy or things like that, things that imply genocide. That actually may be mistranslations when you look at the context of what God actually commands versus what the people actually do. Then it's tricky, because the people definitely do a lot of killing. The question is God telling them to do this killing, or is God saying that culturally the people will be pushed out, and I want their culture to go with them, and there will be no remnant of their gods and their spiritual practices remaining, right? So destroying that way of life in the land, so to speak. So it's tough. It's a challenge. We need to dig through. Okay. Chapter 24, verse 18. Edom shall be a possession. Seir, its enemies, will also be a possession, while Israel performs valiantly. One from Jacob shall have dominion and will destroy the remnant from the city. Say there's exactly what we were talking about. And he looked at Amalek and took up his discourse and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his end shall be destruction. And he looked at the Kenites and took up his discourse and says, your dwelling place is enduring, and your nest is set in the cliff. Nevertheless, Cain with a K will be consumed. How long will Assur keep you captive? Then he took up his discourse and said, alas, who can live except God, who has ordained it? But ships shall come from the coast of Kittim, and they shall afflict Assur, and will afflict a bear, so they also will come to destruction. See, there's that word destruction again. Then Balaam arose and departed and returned to his place, and Balak also went his way. Whenever we see that word destruction, we really just need to keep reading and look at the context of what's actually going to happen, right? And that'll give us context on how this word should be translated and interpreted. All right. Chapter 25. This might be the last one that I do for today. I'm going along with this Bible reading plan. You can find it in the resources link. It's kind of hard to see when it's up front. Like, oh, there we go. Hey, there it is. Nice Bible reading plan, both sides. And you can follow along with me as I'm in the last section on the Book of Numbers. This is, if you do a checkbox a week, it's a 3-year plan. But you can go faster if you wish, or, unlike other Bible reading plans, this doesn't punish you for life getting in the way. You can always just pick up where you left off. And it takes you narratively through the whole Bible rather than jumping around. So I really like it. I'm a little biased, but I recommend it. Okay. Well, the people of Israel began to play the harlot with the daughters of Moab. They invited the people to the sacrifices of their gods, lowercase g, and the people ate and bowed down to their gods. So the people of Israel are once again being unfaithful to Yahweh, the Most High God. Israel joined themselves to Baal of Peor, and the Lord was angry, rightfully so. The Lord said to Moses, take all the leaders of the people, execute them in broad daylight before the Lord, so that the fierce anger of the Lord may turn away from Israel. That is brutal, but, that's a part of their unfaithfulness to the Lord. That is harsh, but it's what they signed up for. Let's see if Moses intercedes. Moses said to the judges of Israel, each of you slay his men who have joined themselves to Baal of Peor. He does not. Okay, one of the sons of Israel came and brought to his relatives a Midianite woman in the sight of Moses, in the sight of all the congregation, while they were weeping at the doorway at the time of meeting. When Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he arose from the midst of the congregation and took a spear in his hand. He went after the man of Israel into the tent and pierced both of them through, the man and the woman. Whew, brutal. As much as I talk about wanting to translate this word destruction more accurately and less violently, there is definitely still violence in the Old Testament. Whether it's God ordained or not. Usually it's God punishing people who should be leading Israel in faithfulness to him. But sometimes the people just go off and do their own thing, like with this Midianite woman. Which is not... I don't believe that's what God was telling them to do. The man, yes. The woman, no. Because the woman is just doing what she's doing. She's living her life. But the man should know better, because he's supposed to be following Yahweh. And 24,000 people died because of that. Whew. Then the Lord spoke to Moses. Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, has turned away my wrath from the sons of Israel. Oh, so maybe God approves of what he did. He was jealous with my jealousy among them. That word jealous, I think, can be better translated as like a defense, like a passionate defense, a zeal. That's probably why this is the heading of this section is the zeal of Phinehas. But it's like a steadfast protection. He was defensive over what I'm defensive over, is what this term jealousy is saying. I'm going to make a note of that, actually. I got to turn because there's not enough room here. All right. Therefore say, behold, I give him my covenant of peace. It shall be for him and his descendants after him, covenant of a perpetual priesthood, because he defended God, made atonement for the sons of Israel. Now the name of the slain man of Israel who was slain with the Midianite woman was Zimri, the son of Salu, a leader of the father's household among the Simeonites. The name of the Midianite woman was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur, who was the head of the people of a father's household in Midian. The Lord said, be hostile to the Midianites and strike them, for they have been hostile to you. They have deceived you. Slain on the day of the plague because of Peor. Well, all right. That concludes chapter 25 of the Book of Numbers. Thanks for hanging out, all of those who hung out. If you're watching back on the VOD, then hey, thank you for joining. And feel free to comment any of your questions down below. I'll be here every Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So feel free to join in as you feel fit. And hey, our friend from last week is back. Just as we're wrapping up, unfortunately. Did you find anything we talked about to be true from last week? We had a good discussion, you know. I mean, we had maybe some different perspectives on the text. I think, you know, it's just important to read everything in its context, big picture. But I would love to keep discussing. Unfortunately, I'm signing off for now. But hey, 10 a.m. Pacific time next week. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll hopefully see you then.